Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Miss TBTV. So, yesterday, when I come pulling up on my street, as I'm going down the street, I noticed that my neighbor that's directly across the street from me, that he got all this stuff out. I can't even tell you. I couldn't even tell really what it was, but I see that he have a chair or whatever. He like sitting right out on this sidewalk and stuff like that. So as I'm pulling up in front of my house, because the both of us, we live at the corner of our street. You know what I'm saying? Our street is a dead end basically, and we live right at this dead end. And so I'm parking directly in front of my house because I'm trying to get on there and hurry up and run in here and get my grandmother, because me and my grandmother had to run out and run some errands, and stuff like that before, the different places close. And so as soon as I get out, the neighbor, he just instantly began to talk to me. And that was strange. Because he usually don't really say much. You know what I'm saying? He usually don't really never talk to me. It's my neighbor, his wife that lives over there, and I think at least one or two adult sons or whatever. Well, again, I've been living across the street from this man for going on 4 years. And at the end of October and beginning of November, and me and this man, as well as his wife, conversation is basically minimal to none. Okay, it's minimal to none. And so for this man to just instantly, as soon as I, like I say, jumped out of my car, just start talking. This man going so much that when I say I'm off and on, just kind of casually trying to look at my watch, trying to see like, oh my God, what time is it? You know what I'm saying? Because this man gonna make me and my grandma miss where we trying to go. But I don't want to be rude or whatever, because again, this man don't ever talk to me like that. Usually, I gotta force him and his wife both to basically to speak to me. I have to be, just being for real. I'll say, how you doing? If I happen to see him, or I, keep on waving my hand, because I'm one of those kill 'em with kindness type of people, or catch more flies with honey approach type of people, or whatever. Now I'm gonna just go on and put this on the table. My neighbors are Caucasian, okay? They're Caucasian, and my neighbors are actually, they're not even really much older than me. They're a couple of years older, because one of the other conversations about 2 years ago that was real brief, when he said something, they ended up saying their ages to me, and I think they're no more than about 2 or 3 years older than me, but they look well older. Well, anyway, I'm saying all of this stuff to say, this man, like I said, ended up speaking to me for about 35 damn minutes, y'all. 35 minutes about his yard, because he's out there. It was burning up yesterday. It was burning up. I think it was like 92 or 93. And he was out there trying to work and get his yard together, okay, which looked horrible, might I add. His yard, the way his yard was looking, his yard was horrible. I literally was just saying this to my grandmother, I think a day or two prior to that, like, this man's yard looked terrible. You know what I'm saying? It looked hideous. But he decided to talk to me yesterday because he know his yard looked terrible. And we're going to backtrack it, like, we're going to bring it all the way back to 4 years ago, almost, when I first moved over there. When I first moved over there, I'm the first person to ever live in my house, okay? And when I first moved over there, they had not did the landscaping. The community had not did the landscaping around my yard. So it was a whole lot of rock and gravel and bricks and all of this shit all outside of my house. My yard looked terrible, okay? And so his yard, it looked okay. It was decent, Man, you remember, this was like, I think I moved in on Halloween or November 1st. Well, however it is, but it was no snow down or anything like that. He instantly wanted to let me know, because he was I was parking directly in front of my house, and in a way, I guess that ain't really truly a parking space, but it is kind of like a parking space. But I have a driveway as well. But I was parking literally in front of my house when I first moved there, and so he didn't like that I was parking literally in front of my house. And about a week and a half to 2 after I moved there, he took it upon himself to let me know that don't be parking there. Don't, this is not where you park. This is whatever. You park in your driveway. This, that, thus, and so. And he's telling me about how people, mess up his lawns, and I remember him saying it specifically like that. His lawns, and he keeps his lawns up and this and that. He don't have a messed up yard, and other people may not care about what their yard is looking like or this or that, but he cares about his yard, and so do not park there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Don't park, and there is in front of my house. He's telling me don't park in front of my house. So I'm just standing there, and I ended up saying to him, like, basically, what do me parking in front of my house really have to do with your lawns? What do they have to do with your lawns? So he said, I'm saying to him, and I like a nice yard as well. The way that my yard is looking is not, that don't have anything to do with me. When I moved here, this is the way that they left. This is the what they done gave me. Okay, now they done made a promise that they're going to come and they're going to remove all of this rock and gravel and all of this stuff and put seeds down and all of this, so then I can be able to grow some grass. But that ain't going to happen till next spring or whatever. They already done let me know, so it's nothing that I can do with the way that my yard look. But I guess, he wanted to let me know I got a nice looking yard, and your yard look effed up or whatever, and I keeps my yard nice around here. So I ended up saying to him, well, I'm not about to go through all of that, sir. I said, I'm a nice neighbor. I said, I'm a nice neighbor. I'm a friendly neighbor. You know what I mean? I just, I keep to myself. I say, I like a nice yard too. Once they get together, once they get it together, you're going to see that I like a nice yard too. And I ended up saying to him, because he have these, with us living on a dead end, on his side of the street, he has these flower pots that are lined up. It's like 4 or 5 of them in a row. And so I said, let me ask you something. I say, so from that flower pot on over to the left, because I'm on this side of the street. I'm on the east side of the street. He on the west side of the street. I say, from that flower pot on over, I say, that's your property, right? He instantly knew where I was going with it. He instantly knew where I was going with it. So he gonna start saying, I'll report you to tell me he gonna report me to the front office. I said, now I can report you too. But again, that's not what we talking about here. I'm asking you, and I was talking calm just like that, like this. I say, from this flower pot on over, that's your property, right? Yes. And I say, okay, so that means after the flower pot on over to this way, this my property. I say, so what I need you to do is, I want you to worry about your side, from that flower pot on over, and I'm going to worry about from after the flower pot on over to this side. And I said, and then we going to work out just fine. Baby, when I say this man was mad at me, and he let me know, oh, I'll report you all this, all that, whatever. I said, okay. I walked on. I said, have a good day, sir. Have a good day. I'm a good neighbor. I'm a good neighbor, because I don't have time for all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be arguing. I done just got over here. I'm living here by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. This is the first time ever in my life when I moved in here that I'd have ever just lived by myself. You know what I'm saying? I've always lived in a house with my family members, or then my kids or husbands and things like that. So now, for the first time in my life, I'm in my own place. I'm about to lay this out how I want. This is the stuff that's in my mind and this and that. I don't got time for your bullshit. Possibly just being for real racist neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Because you own some bullshit, because there was no reason for you to be bothering me about me parking in front of my house and referencing it to your grass, okay, to your lawns. This don't have my side of the street, don't have nothing to do with your side of the street. And so, and then I'm gonna tell you another thing that he was saying. He was saying, yeah, people baby mamas, people baby daddies and this and that. So you knew that he was on some shit. They ran on my grass. I'm thinking, what the hell is you talking about to me about some baby daddies? You don't see no kids. You don't see no little kids over here or whatever. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? But again, I kept it cool, you know what I'm saying? And I just let him know that I was a nice neighbor. So now, here it is. We fast forward to current times. All right, over these last couple of years, it took me like 2 years to get my yard together, because the next year they came and they removed, I just say like 75% of the rocks and gravel. Okay, the rest of the stuff I had to work on it on my own for 2 summers in a row. Okay, I spent a bunch of money, because even the seeds they put down, they didn't put enough down enough, or whatever, they half-ass did it. And so I worked on this shit. Okay, 2022, and then last year 2023, I worked on this shit. So now here it is this year. Even last year, you can see it was looking good, but you can see the fruits of my labor, baby. And so my yard looked nice. My yard is the best looking yard on the whole block. It is. And then I had a landscaper that does an excellent job. This man comes every 2 weeks, and when I say he manicures my yard so nicely, and then I had all these flowers. I got all these begonias and stuff like that all out there. I like the colors, the reds and stuff. So I got all of these flowers all out there in the front of the house, all these hanging baskets and all up the side. And I got my lawn furniture and my umbrellas and all this stuff, flowers all up by my porch, all this shit. My stuff is good, okay? It looks good. And it's one of those, if you got eyes, you can see type of situations. You see it. You see it, sir. You see it. You know what I'm saying? You don't watch me how this yard done evolved from looking like a what the hell going on to beauty, to total beauty over here. And his yard done went from my lawns, my nice looking lawn, which was already plain in the first place, to what in the hell is going on over there? Why are you not cutting your grass right? What is going on in this 4 or 5 flower pots that you got across this end right here that look like you just growing 4 or 5 pots of weeds? What is that? You know what I'm saying? And I done did the same thing. Right in 2022, once I start really working on mans myself too, I put me 4 pots across that end too, and it was 4 big old pots full of big old begonias and all this stuff. So when people coming down into our street, they can just look down there and see all this red all bloomed all up and shit. I mean, pretty. Okay, pretty. And so I feel like it started making him feel a certain type of way, as they say, already. And he just see that wasn't a fluke thing like I just did it that first year. Each year now, once them people cleared that shit, I can start working on my yard. Each year I get out there and I'm working on it. I'm working on this yard, and I'm keeping this yard beautiful. Okay, so it done got to the point where, like I said, this man's doing nothing on his job. On his yard, and now it's 2 other people. My next door neighbors, the couple I said, the older couple that live right next door to me to the left. They done grabbed a hold to my landscaper, and when he come every 2 weeks and do my yard, he doing their yard. Because they are older couple, and they was like, he does your yard so nice. We asked him, what he do ours, so he doing theirs. And then about 2-3 weeks ago, I'm coming down my block, and I noticed he doing somebody's yard on the other side of the street. He doing this, and I let my window down. I say, oh, damn. I was like, shit. I was like, you're going to be doing the whole block in a minute. He was like, yeah, I need to let you in on the business. This and that. And we laughed about it. So now, again, back to this man. I pull up in front of the house, and he out here on a 90-something degree day. I'm like, he was like, I'm trying to get my yard together. Hey, how you doing? And he usually never do this, y'all. How you doing? And this and that. I say, well, you picked a heck of a day to do it. He was like, well, I got to do it on some day or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but I'm thinking like, shit, it's hot as hell. For you to decide to come out here and do this today, because he had a pretty big job. Because like I said, this man done let weeds and this and that grow all up everywhere, and it looks hideous out there. And so my grandma even have been saying something about it, like that man need to cut his grass, that man need to do something, that man, the yard looks terrible. And I'm like, yes it do, but this is from the same man that started me off, across the street from him, talking bullshit about his lawns. And so he just talking, and I'm nice. I guess I'm kind of like a naturally friendly type of person. So I'm standing down the street, and I'm just talking to him. He ended up walking on up, and he's standing. He done walked on up to the street to him. He just explaining everything. When I tell y'all, this man has explained everything that's going on with his yard. You know what I'm saying? Down to pointing at each one of these old weed field looking plants in. And this one was a hosta, and this one was I don't know what the hell that is. This is how this man talk about his own yard. I don't know what the hell that one is no more. And this one was this. And then, you know, they had to dig up the back of my backyard or whatever, because the people that's on the other side or whatever, something was going on with their pipes, and they dug it up, and then they messed my yard back up, and then they did this, and then the wood, you know, this branches, because he got big branches that done fell down from like when there's been a storm, and they done fell out of the tree, because we got a lot of trees down there. And then, you know, I had a whole bunch of wood that was stacked up back there. I got to figure out where to put these branches. And then, you know, right there about my front grass right across there, you know, I had a straight, you know, grass like straight across like how yours is over there. But, you know, my wife had me to dig that out to make the little garden thing or whatever. I mean, this man, when I say it's like full explanation, like this man feel like he has to give me a full explanation about why both he and I can clearly see that his yard is up. Your yard looks terrible. And why you talking to me, you looking dead at this, my yard, well manicured, looking really nice. And he ended up saying that, yeah, you know, I had the people, you know, the community, because if you know, don't do your own landscaping, you can pay the community to, you can pay them to have the people they have cut the grass. And I was trying to do that a couple of years ago, but they was doing a terrible ass job to me. And they charging a lot of money to do a terrible ass half-ass job. So I cut that right on out, because I'm not gonna pay you no top dollar or this or that for you to do a half-ass job. I'm not gonna do it. I like a nice looking yard, like I told the man back then, and so I want a nice looking yard. And so he's saying that he's paying them, and I told him, I said, you might as well let them know that you want your money back. You know what I'm saying? Because even whatever little bit that they have doing, he was like, yeah, because they're not whipping it. You know, he's saying like using the whatever them things is, you know, the little edger type of things, they not getting all of the grass. So it's like grass is growing all up the side of his flower pots and shit. They ain't even getting none of that. Grass that's along the fence, they ain't doing that. My guy do edging and all of this stuff, so my grass look all like my grass real thick, so it's looking like a carpet. I mean, it's looking good. So he was like, yes, your guy does such a good job. It just looks so nice or whatever. And I kind of talked to him out there one day or whatever, but when I came back out, you know, he was gone so quickly or whatever. He was like, because I went up there and I told them that in June, he said, you know, we had a lot of rain in June. And I was saying, yeah, when it rains a lot, my grass grow real fast. This is what I'm saying to him. He was like, yeah. And he was like, and I went up there and I told them to take the money off. He was like, take that money off, because y'all charged me, because them people only cut my grass one time in June. So he just giving me the whole 9, 10, 11, y'all. And so what I ended up saying to him, because I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to, you know, hurry up or whatever. I have to get in here and get my grandmother or whatever, so we can get on. You know, we got to go run some errands or whatever, places closed or whatever. Oh, yeah, I understand. I told him, I say, but you see, he doing Karen them. I'm saying my neighbor on the left. I say, he doing Karen them yard. And I said, then now, he's like, yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, because he was doing it then. And then he went right over there and started doing this. He said, I said, oh, wow. I said, yes, and he's doing someone else on your side of the street down towards the middle of the block. I say, so he picking up people. I said his name. I told him his name. And I said, and when he comes, if I was you, I was like, because you're directly across the street from me. I was like, so as he cutting man, you know, the dead end right there, it run right into it. He could just start pushing on over to your side and get all your side and do Karen's. You know what I'm saying? I say, so ask him. I say, you know, I'm sure that he may not even mind doing it. And so then he was like, yeah, now, and he probably would be cheaper than what I'm paying them. He said, you know, for the course of these little couple of months, they're charging us like $600 or whatever, and it ain't even worth it. I say, yep, they jipping you. And you need to go up there and let them know about it, you know. But however it is, y'all, I done did this whole little spiel because of the fact of, just like I said in the beginning, I like to try to I like to do the catch more flies with honey approach, or kill them with kindness. And that's my I guess my message for today is to basically kill people with kindness. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how snotty, nasty, how rude, how even if it does have something to do with the differences of our cultures and our race and this and that a person may want to be, because even with all that explanation, this man even still threw out that, you know, because I was thinking about moving and this and that, I had thought about it, but it's not about the neighbors or whatever. He's still saying some shit about his lawns or whatever, you know. It ain't about the things that the neighbors believers do. You know, it's more so people baby daddies, and I'm just thinking, you are Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? Why are you saying this? Why are you standing here saying this to me? But I guess still you want to throw out that line of demarcation and let me know that still you're different from me or this or that. But, you know, but I can see you got your stuff together over there, black lady. I can see, and I'm gonna acknowledge the fact that you got your stuff together, but still, I'm who I am or whatever. Okay, all right, yep, we'll talk to my guy, and yep, and get it on together. I was nice, y'all. I was nice the whole time, because there's no reason for me not to be nice. Because guess what, sir? This black lady over here, this African American lady over here, I do have my stuff together. I am taking care of my property. I am taking care of my yard. I do care about where I live at or whatever. And I've shown you that. I've shown you that. You know what I'm saying? Action speaks louder than words. And I've shown you that, and I've shown you so much that you feel like I have to give this woman an explanation. I got to give this woman an explanation why she having to live across the street from somebody with a yard that look as hideous as man's is looking. And you know what? And I thank them. I thank them mentally for feeling like that. And I've had my own self on the back a little bit. I said, Keita girl, you got that yard together so much that this man feel like he got to explain it to you. It was funny to me, y'all. It was funny. But anyway, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Okay, make sure you push that bell so you can turn on your notifications. Please make sure you share, okay? Because, you know, something that I say may be something that you feel like is helpful to somebody else, or maybe you want somebody else to get a good little laugh for the day. Whatever the reason may be, make sure that you share, and make sure you press that like. I appreciate it. And as always, I like to wish you all a safe day. I like to wish you all a blessed day, and I like to wish you safe travels. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.